time, you were leaving your office and a little guy stopped you outside.
Help.
Yep. Just a little guy.
This little guy. So we're just going to immediately pick up there. Oh, God, I can't even fucking remember if I had him introduce himself.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, you got a little guy looking up at you. I think I said he was about 4 feet, something like that.
And he looks like a little lizard.
A salamander.
Yep.
Salamander.
Yeah.
In a dirty apron and no hammer.
Yeah. You got a big bulb, shiny, beautiful black eyes. He's looking up at you with them. Completely just flat mouth, rounded little snub nose. And shiny.
We do love our salamander people in this game, don't we?
Fucking love salamander people. I was just looking at a lot of pictures of axolotls earlier. They're so good. But yeah, he's looking at you with his big wet eyes. I need my hammer. Can you get it?
And Friday kind of closes her eyes and pinches the bridge of her nose. All right, where did you see it last?
It was in my arms when I was sleeping. I woke up and it wasn't there.
Matthias has just kind of done a big eyes like, oh, okay.
You sleep with your hammer?
I was sleeping like I did when I was a baby, holding my hammer, woke up and gone.
Right.
I do this every night, and every morning it's still there.
Got it. All right, let's head to the scene of the crime. And like she's doing the thing where she's got like her middle fingers pressed to her temples and is trying to be polite, but she is obviously so done.
Is the concern that you would not be able to sleep if you don't have your hammer tonight?
His eyes somehow get a little bit wider, even though they're like all the way open already. I did not think that far ahead, but that might be true. I don't have anything to do without my hammer except for sleep. And now I might not be able to sleep either.
Okay. Take a breath. It's okay. Calm down. It's gonna be all right. Let's just go to your house and I'll see what I can find.
He nods his little head. His eyes look extra wet. And yeah, he just starts walking.
My mama always told me I was too nice.
Well, he's not going to sleep until he gets his hammer, and it's already quite late. Little guy, what's your name?
He stops walking entirely and turns fully around.
Very much a one thing at a time fellow, I suppose.
He gives you his full attention. My name is Clay.
All right,
Okay,
Clay.
great,
Go ahead.
great.
Go ahead and
Fantastic.
walk. I didn't mean to stop you. I thought that was rather simple, but go ahead.
He turns around and continues walking. Friday, do a perception check for me real quick.
Okay. That would be a 15.
You feel something on your neck.
Front or back?
Like on the side of your neck. Like you feel like a crawly sort of feeling.
I'm gonna smack it.
Okay.
I'm gonna smack it.
You smack it and there was a fly. Oh no.
Yeah. Gross.
That's all.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me the heebie-jeebies via my D&D character. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
So he is going to lead you to the town center and just start walking into a bar.
This is your home?
You find yourself in front of the Virulent Vino, and he turns around.
Virulent Vino.
And turns around with his big wet eyes and he says, I live up there. And he points to the second story of the Virulent Vino. And then he points a little ways away just to the side of the building. There's this kind of empty area in between where the next building is. And there's just a huge anvil sitting there that's right next to the building. And he points to it and says, and I work over there.
Decent commute.
Can't complain about that.
And he just turns back around, he opens up the door and goes inside.
All right, so I'm figuring this is a little guy with not a whole lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a whole lot of tracks of attention. And I'm guessing that he is probably the subject of some bullying by the patrons of the Vino. So I'm scoping out the room and seeing if there's anybody who's watching his passage with intent.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll a perception.
Oh, that's a 6. Flap.
So yeah, y'all go into this place, and it's kind of a depressing bar. This is not like one of the more happening or popular bars in the town center. There's
I was about to ask, can I do a perception, because I want to know if there's anybody that looks like they might need a hand of cards or game of pool.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a 25.
Dang.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe you should be the detective. Shit.
So you look around here and you really fucking size people up. It's a handful of depressed looking single dudes. And they're all kind of sitting like equidistant apart from each other in this bar alone. This is kind of just a weird vibe in here. There's one dude, dwarven guy behind the bar, polishing glasses slowly and sadly. But you get the feeling you would be the most interesting thing to happen to any of these dudes if you spoke to them for even like a second.
I'm that way anyway, please.
Yeah, but like, this would be so easy. These are some really sad men in here.
Some of us just looks around, he's like, it's not even worth the effort. It's no fun at all.
So were you gonna, because we can split up if you want to stay down here and talk to you.
No, it's not worth the effort.
You know? No. Oh,
There's
no, okay.
nothing fun here about this.
Well, at least when you scam people, you do it for fun.
Either because they need to be, have their pockets lightened, just morally speaking, or because I need to have my spirits lightened, entertainmentally speaking.
Yeah, with the 25, you could tell that most of these dudes would probably sap your energy.
Yeah.
With just like one droopy dog look at you. It could just ruin your night.
Good morning, sir.
So yeah, Clay like just doesn't even pause. He just marches straight to the back of the bar and goes up this little stairway.
Okay, you say little stairway. There's a whole lot of orc about to go up these stairs. Will they hold me?
I don't know why I said little. Just a regular
he's a little
stairway.
guy. I just want to make sure I'm not like gonna be like freaking Gulliver up here.
It's a normal
Be
size.
like big stonking orc in tiny dude's little hole.
This isn't the John Malkovich half floor, is it?
Yeah, no, it's a normal staircase. I'm thinking about him and how cute he is in my head, so I'm just using that word a lot.
Fair.
So he goes up the stairs.
I'm following.
Okay. So you're gonna go up there. There's like a couple of rooms up here, and he goes to the farthest door. And this is on the side of the building where he just showed you where the anvil is. You go into this room. It's dark in here. It's clammy. There's a little window that looks out directly to where the anvil is, and there's a kiddie pool sized, but made out of like metal container in the corner of the room full of water.
I'm assuming that's his bed.
And yeah, other than that, there's really not much in here.
Matthias is just sort of like leaning in the doorway with his arms crossed. This is very, very sad.
Okay, so I'm going to turn to Clay and I'm going to say, how big is your hammer, approximately?
He holds his hand as far as he can up above his head.
This is like a 5-foot tall hammer?
Yes, I believe about.
Okay, and you said there's a little window?
Yeah.
Okay, is this like, I'm picturing, I was picturing like a tool hammer, like the kind you use to put a nail in wood. This is like a war hammer.
This is his big hammer that he cuddles with.
Got it. Okay. Never met a lizard that had an emotional support hammer before.
Did it rust away in the water while you were sleeping?
What is rust?
You know, I'm not a chemistry teacher, so it's just... Was there any little bits in the pool with you when you woke up?
All of my tools and creations and weapons are very good in the water.
Okay. So I'm gonna like go over to the window and see if it's been disturbed at all. Are there like fingerprints like in dust, or is there scraping of plaster if it opened from the outside or the inside? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do an investigation.
Thank you. That one I have a really good roll on. Ugh, that's still an 8. Come on, I'm a fucking detective. This is some horse shit. Dice?
You're not into it and kind of tired.
True. True, I suppose. True.
There is like a layer of dust on the sill, and the only thing that you notice are very distinctly salamander-like prints on the sill and also on the glass.
Okay. So nobody came in through the window to take the hammer. Right? I'm assuming that that's what that means.
As far as you can tell with an 8, that's all you see.
Got it. Great. All right, my next step is to go back to the door and check it for forced entry.
Okay. Go ahead and do another investigation.
There we go. Now that's got a 19.
All right. Yes. Actually, it does look like from in the frame, right where the door would meet, there is some splintering there.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't look like it had to be really that forced, but this is sort of a rickety door and like a simple lock.
Matthias has moved back out to the hallway. He was leaning in the doorway.
And Friday kind of steps out and looks around and looks up and down. How many other doors did you say were on this landing?
Like 3 other doors. These are pretty small rooms. Not like a huge upstairs area.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna check the other 3 doors to see if they have also got signs of forced entry.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in with the last investigation because you're looking for the same thing, and because you already found one example of it. But no, you're not seeing anything like that on these doors.
Okay, so I turn back to Clay, and I kind of duck back into his little room. Is the hammer valuable in any way? Is it made with gems or precious metals?
What is valuable?
Okay. Does it have any pretty rocks in it?
Oh, yes. I like pretty rocks.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
I use pretty rocks a lot. I make sure they are extra shiny.
Could you show me an example of the kind of pretty rocks you put in your stuff?
He goes over to a little closet and opens it up, and there's a pile of various things made out of metal in there that are just not really organized well. They're just in a pile. There's like a bunch of daggers, a couple swords, just a lot of little various items just in a pile. They all look really nice, though. Like, they are not in places of honor, but they all look extremely fucking nice and, like, very well made.
Okay, I'm going to pick up one of the daggers as carefully as I can from the pile. Don't want to cut myself. And I just kind of want to look and see.
Or start an avalanche.
Right? I just kind of want to see if, like, yeah, this thing has gems in it. No wonder somebody stole the hammer.
Yep. Yeah. It like has gems in the handle. It looks real fucking nice. And when you grab the handle of it, you get this warmth on your hand, and there's this glow to it a little bit. You can
pretty much immediately and tell that this has some sort of enchantment on it. Whether that's literally just making your hand kind of warm or not, you don't know, but like there's something going on with it.
Is it sensing that orcs are near?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Parsing. Hold on. Wait a minute. Rude. Anyway. So I'm going to very gently put the dagger back down in the pile so he doesn't think I'm trying to take it. Do you have any neighbors? Do other people live in the rooms next to you?
They come and go. I have not been here long myself.
And has anybody seen you carrying this hammer around? At your
Oh.
forge, or...
Everybody sees me carry it around, and I use it at my forge every day. And that is how I make things to trade for other things, like food that I like.
Okay, can you show me the forge really quickly, too? Do you mind?
Okay.
He walks over to the window and slaps his little hands on it and like moves it up, like shimmies the window up with his sticky hands. And then he points out the window at it.
Okay. Do you mind if I walk back downstairs and walk into your forge for just a few minutes?
Okay.
Great. You stay here, you little man. So I'm gonna give him a little pat on his little lizardy noggin and go back downstairs and across the street to the forge.
Yeah, his noggin's very clammy.
I figured it would be.
So you both go back downstairs. Same, just depressed dudes here. I mean, you've only been upstairs for a couple minutes. The bartender was turned around and like polishing, dusting stuff when you first came in, but he's facing out into the bar and notices you coming down and kind of gives you a look because you're coming down from where the rooms are. But he does a little wave to you and says,
Hey, there. I must have missed you coming in. Did you want something to drink?
No, we were just upstairs chatting with the little lizard man named Clay.
Was he bothering you or something?
No, not
Does
at
he
all.
owe you?
Nope, not at all. In fact, somebody robbed him.
Is that so?
That is so. You, notice any regulars around here that aren't around tonight? Maybe came into a bit of money?
Do like a standard charisma for me. Just want to kind of get a vibe of how this guy is feeling about you.
Well, okay, this is my +0, so this is gonna be real interesting. And that's an 8.
Okay. He just like picks up a random glass and starts polishing it with the rag. I have one mode with bartenders.
I don't usually have a lot of folks here that got much in the way of money. I mean, if you're looking for a sugar daddy,
And he kind of nods his head at Matthias. Says,
looks like you got one right next to you. That's a nice coat, fella.
That's not why I'm
Thank you.
asking.
Damn
That's not
nice.
why. No, that's not. I'm just saying. Is anybody around here maybe so hard up they'd rob a little lizard man?
I could not think of anybody like that.
and he kind of just like looks down and keeps polishing his coat.
All right, so I'm gonna do my level best to not catch his attention as he's looking down. I'm just gonna poke my head behind the bar and see if I spot anything hiding behind the bar. Because this guy's acting real shifty.
Yeah. You both want to do a perception on this dude?
And that's an 11?
25.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, like you've already just picked up through interacting naturally. Like Freddy noticed this dude being kind of shifty with his answers. Matthias, you like really kind of hone in on his face a bit. You notice that he's got a lot of facial hair. It's hiding a lot of his features and stuff, but you can see just the bags under his eyes. Like, he has not slept well in like a while, and his hands are kind of shaking a little bit as he's polishing this cup, and it's like he just doesn't really know what else to do with himself, and he's just trying real hard to keep standing. And you definitely also notice that his answers were shady, and he's being very withholding, but he also just kind of looks like he's fucked up.
Friday, why don't you go take a look at the little lizard man's forge, and I think I'll stay and have a drink after all.
Wonderful idea, sugar daddy. So I'm gonna slip on out and go head up to the forge.
Okay. I wanted to also still give you a chance to, if you wanted to. I'm gonna just let you know without really anything, just like kind of getting a peek behind the bar. It's pretty standard bar stuff.
No 5-foot-tall war hammers tucked against
you don't see
tucked against the floor or hiding anywhere. No. Okay.
No. Okay, so you're gonna go out to the forge. Matthias is gonna stay in and order a drink. And how does this go?
I'm basically doing the same thing over at the forge that I was doing up in his room. I'm looking for, somebody coming over here and taking other shit. Signs of forced entry. Something.
A big honking hammer that got set down and forgotten.
Great.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation.
It's a 10.
We gotta get you some investigating shoes or something, damn.
My dice are just not happy with me tonight. Maybe I should change the set that I'm using.
You're really not going to see much out here, but you don't feel like you need to look very close, and you don't feel like you're missing much. There's just the stove, whatever fucking forge type thing, the place where all the fire goes and stuff. And
that's the forge.
And
it's literally what it's called.
Fire goes.
Yeah.
That's where all the fire goes, is literally the forge.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why I wanted to force another word for it to describe what it looks like, but yeah, you go to the forge. It's just that, and then the big anvil next to it, and that's all that's going on in there.
All right, back to the bar. Actually, wait, no, I lied. I tell a lie. I'm going to duck in that little alleyway between the buildings to see if maybe there's anything from the bottom that looks out of place, below the window.
Okay. While you're doing that, I want to know what Matthias is up to.
So yeah, I'm gonna go and lean on the bar. Just, super, super cash. What do you have on tap?
Beer, stronger beer, the standard different types of beer. I don't know what the old-timey beers are. I can't think of the words for them, and I'm not gonna say some stupid shit like IPA and stuff, because I don't know if those existed that long ago. Wasn't
Fair
prepared
enough.
for
A
that
stronger
question, but
beer. I'll take a stronger beer.
He pours you a strong beer and slides it over to you.
So is this your establishment, or you just work here?
Oh no, this is my place. Yeah, it's not much.
How long have you been here?
A couple of years. Yeah, I put this place up back when I was still married. Did okay at first, but you know how it is. You married?
No, of course not.
Yeah, don't
Just
do
me
it.
and my fancy jacket.
That's a good jacket. Maybe I'd be doing better in life if I got a jacket like that. I probably should take better care of myself or something.
Seemed like you might do with some sleep.
He wags a big finger at you.
yeah, well, that would be nice. Yeah.
He leans against the bar and kind of gets close to you and says,
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend ever getting married. 'Cause you never know what kind of stuff they're gonna get into and the ways that they might find out how to torture you. And you never know when you're gonna make them mad. And then what happens? And then if they got weird powers, and then you end up like this.
he puts both his hands up.
Weird powers.
Oh, yeah. The ghost of my ex-wife haunts me every night when I try to go to sleep.
That sounds unfortunate.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Is the spirit localized to this place? Have you tried sleeping somewhere else?
Oh, yeah, she's not dead or anything. She just she can teleport her spirit into people's dreams, and she's a real dick about it, honestly.
I see.
And she's also why this place is so empty. She opened up that pine bar where they have pie and wine, and she's been running me out of business ever since. Because this place doesn't have pie.
No, and it's also called virulent, which isn't exactly something that you want to think about when you're trying to get in your cups.
Why not? I thought it painted kind of a cool picture.
It paints sort of a plague picture.
Huh. Thought it made it sound like dangerous and cool.
Dangerous like dying from an unwashed cup or something.
Man, I gotta change some things about my life.
Meanwhile, Friday, I'm just gonna give it to you straight. You're not gonna see much out in this area.
Okay, fine.
There's not much going on out here.
Barking up the wrong tree. I get you.
Yeah. I think you're probably going to come back in while this guy, it looks like he's having sort of an existential crisis right in front of Matthias.
As soon as I see her, I'm just kind of gonna do the little wave, keep on going, and I'm working this angle.
Making friends, sunshine.
Everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's pretty drunk in this bar, I'm assuming, right? These are all sad, lonely men that are drunk.
Yeah.
Do any of them look like they're smuggling a 5-foot hammer in their pants?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, definitely not.
No, but you might want to go and look a little closer.
I mean, if they had a 5-foot hammer in their pants, maybe they wouldn't be so lonely. So why would they take the hammer that is in the lizard's arms and not the pile of enchanted weapons that's right there? Why the hammer?
Great question. Who are you asking?
Myself.
Okay. Well, you did it in character, and so I wanted to make sure.
Friday talks to herself sometimes. It's a thing.
Okay.
Deal with it.
She's standing in the middle of the bar full of sad, lonely men talking to herself.
Yep.
Yeah, as you stand there talking, one of these sad lonely men kind of looks up at you hopefully and says, "Oh, were you talking to me?"
No.
Oh. And he looks back down.
I want you to know, especially based on the fact that your bartender sounds vaguely like Hoggle from Labyrinth, I've now populated this entire bar in my head with Muppets.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so he's having a moment in front of you. Are you pressing him on anything else, saying anything else, Matthias?
Yeah, definitely. I was giving Friday her stand and talk in the middle of the room moment.
Yeah.
So, how did your wife and you part ways?
I mean, you know how it is starting up a business. I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to her, I guess, and I don't really know what she was getting mad about. And then she started getting into witchcraft as a hobby, and I didn't really understand it, and I didn't really, think it was cool when she was showing me the weird shit she was doing. I thought it was kind of scary, and I don't know, she just didn't seem to like me very much after a while.
After you ignored her and didn't have any interest in her hobbies. Understandable. I mean, not that I'm saying that that's okay for her to project herself into your dreams and be a dick, as you say.
Yeah, she's a real dick to me in my dreams, man.
Okay, am I close enough to hear this conversation now? Okay, good.
He's been getting progressively louder.
Have you considered apologizing?
I think that I did at some point.
It might be worth revisiting. It seems she's running a successful business and she could do better things with her time than be a dick to you while you sleep, when you're already rather, pardon me for saying this, downtrodden.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's having fun ruining my life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to make pie. How could I even make this place any better? I don't know where to get it. I don't know where it comes from. Where do you get pies? How does she have so many? She feeds so many people. She's taken every customer I ever had, except for these guys.
I think the ship has sailed on the pie aspect. You might want to try something different. Again, rebranding is not plague. Might help.
What other words start with a V?
I can guarantee you there's other letters in the alphabet.
He's like lost in thought. Friday, are you joining this conversation at all?
I'm listening in on this conversation with my hand over my mouth like, oh dear God.
He kind of like comes to again.
I don't know. I just gotta this is. You should come back here at 10 Bar. I'm not the one supposed to be pouring out my heart to you. It's supposed to be the other way around. This is all topsy turvy. This bartender patron relationship we're starting off with.
You've got me actually a bit fascinated with the whole ghost in your dreams situation, you see.
Yeah, I'm fascinating you?
A bit. I might be a bit extreme on the word there, but a bit.
He seems to ignore that part and is just kind of like starry-eyed that you called him fascinating.
So you don't have any idea what could have happened to your tenant's hammer?
Why are you asking about that just out of curiosity? Are you trying to find it for him or something?
She is, and now I'm curious. Plus, it seems like it would benefit you as well. If he doesn't have a way to make his money, then he can't be your tenant much longer.
Oh. Well, you see, I don't think he really understands the concept of rent. And he's been here for a little bit, and I don't think he understands money, really. So he hasn't been really paying anything.
Then why don't you kick him out?
He seems startled that you're there talking to him.
Well, I've been saying, I gave him a warning, but I just kind of haven't done that yet. Trying to get him to understand, because I owe some money also.
Okay, so maybe you just helped yourself? You know, what's one hammer worth?
He starts like kind of scratching at the back of his head.
Hey.
He's gonna look back and forth between both of you. He's just gonna throw his head down on the counter and start sobbing into his folded arms.
Okay, I had to give her something to get her off my back for a little bit. She was going extra hard at me because I owed her money. And I borrowed so much to get this place started, and I think that's why she hates me so much, and why she had to start her own business to make money back, and I just still owe her a lot, and she doesn't really let me even sleep for like a couple hours unless I give her something sometimes, and...
Good
And
grief.
he's sobbing into his arms.
Oh, good grief.
The part where I thought you were fascinating?
Mm-hmm.
I meant pitiful.
Extremely so.
He's just like snot bubbling up and throws his head back down.
Where did you fence it?
He didn't fence it, he gave it to his ex-wife.
Ah.
A poor little lizard man's teddy bear hammer. Sent to the ghost of the ex-wife in his dreams. That's pitiful.
She's still alive. She just makes her ghost come over here sometimes to ruin my shit.
You do realize it was I understood earlier with the whole that she's still alive, but you do realize that when you said ghost, that did sort of make it seem as if she had been deceased, right?
I'm so tired. I don't know. I forgot the word spirit. I'm
You
sorry.
sell spirits.
There was nothing else in that room. I didn't know what to take, and he looks at me so confused when I ask for money, and I'm bad at confrontation. I just didn't know what to do.
I'm starting to think that perhaps business isn't the thing that you need to try to do here, because you're very, very bad at it.
I was just about to say.
Very bad at it.
I'm kind of on your ex-wife's side in this one, bud. You're really bad at this. What?
He's just gurgling.
That's just sobbing noises. Lovey, I feel like going to the Pine Bar now.
I guess.
At this point, Clay has come back down the stairs, and he's just kind of watching this exchange like he doesn't understand it.
Come along, little Clay.
Okay.
He just walks straight past the blubbering, crying bartender. And yeah, as you're getting up to go,
except for one moment. Mm-hmm. What do I owe you for the beer?
I don't know. Pay whatever you want for it. I'm bad at this.
Clearly. And I put down like 20 silver. I make a big show out of like specifically trying to scrape up pitiful amounts of change to give him for this fucking beer.
Wow. Kick a man when he's down, why don't you?
Yes, I will, thank you.
He just kind of puts a big hand over it and slides it towards himself. Just gets all the change in his hands and puts it in his pocket.
What was your name?
Alvin. And I just turn and walk away.
My name was Portable Pete, and you never asked.
You're very correct, I never did.
Okay, yeah, so you're gonna go over to the Pine Bar.
Yep.
I love your characters, Rowan. they are always so bonkers in such interesting ways.
Thank you. I'm glad. Okay, so you're gonna go back outside into the town center. I want you both do perception checks.
Oh, well, that's somewhat better. 14.
Cripes. I have a +7 on a 1.
Oof. Oofa doofa.
Yeah. Okay. So you just like notice the cool night air and that it's a nice night out. Friday, you hear like some buzzing and you kind of see like there's light in the town center here. Oh my god, you have fucking dark vision, whatever. Fucking, you see a couple like large flies zipping around both of you. Do a wisdom check.
15.
Yeah, like you know that this is kind of weird to see flies this chunky out here. You're in like the town center. You're pretty far from where the farmland is, and that's kind of more where you see like chunky boy flies.
And of course, I had the fly on my neck earlier that I swatted away.
Mm-hmm.
So something's up.
And Clay is just gonna start marching towards the Pine Bar.
Matthias. And she's like grabbing his attention and pulling him over before Clay can get inside. Listen, I want to keep that little lizard out of that bar because you know what he's going to do, right?
Cry when he sees the woman holding his hammer.
No, he's going to demand she give it back.
That too.
And I don't think she's going to take that very well. And if she's capable of, you know, witchcraft and invading other people's minds like a dick, she could hurt him.
All right. Do you want me to occupy him or?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you should, if you don't mind.
All right. Clay.
He stops completely and turns fully around.
Yes.
New plan. You're gonna come with me and we're gonna go that way.
Why?
I think your hammer might be that way.
Oh.
And he just starts walking the way that you point.
I just like give her a look. We'll circle back around, lovey.
Wow, okay. Well done, well done. Bravo. And she like gives him a little golf clap.
Really stretched my deception there, but I worked it out.
So are you going with him, or are you just going to also go to
Yeah,
the
no,
pie
I'm
part?
going
Yeah.
with him. Yeah, I'm gonna go walking the other way with him now.
Okay. Friday, you go into the Pine Barn. It is like hopping in here. There's a lot of people. It's a real bright and happy, just complete opposite of the Virulent Dino. Yeah, you see this bright-eyed dwarven gal behind the bar. She's got really cool black streaks in her red hair, fun little red beard, and she's just like handing out beers and pies left and right, bustling about. Has real cool gothy sort of dress on and stuff, and tons of jewelry, and she's just over there having a time.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go over to my lovely little red-headed dwarf friend and sit down in front of her and try to grab her attention.
Yep. She sees you come in. She goes right up to you.
Hey there, new customer. My name's Hagatha. What's your name?
Hi, Agatha. I'm Friday Love.
Friday, love. Great to meet you. Can I get you something?
I hate to say this, and I don't mean this in an impolite way, but unfortunately, I think you may be in receiving of some stolen goods.
Oh, my.
Somebody gave you a gift that didn't belong to them,
Oh.
and the rightful owner would like it back.
Okay, well, I would love to help. 1 second.
There's like a lot going on in here, so she like has to go. She grabs a little pie out of an oven and sets it down and hands out 2 more beers to people that came up to the bar, and gets back to you, and you can tell she's trying to give you her full attention, but there's also like so much going on.
Well, okay. What was the item?
I do get kind of a lot of gifts, and she does a little hair flip.
And I don't blame them for giving you gifts. You're a delight.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It's a hammer. About 5 feet tall. Studded with gems.
Oh, okay.
Ringing any bells?
My husband brought me that. My ex-husband. I should say my very ex-husband.
I know. And he stole that to give it to you.
That is so like him. I should have asked where he got it from, but I wasn't really. He does this thing where he intentionally comes and he bothers me with stuff when I'm busy. He knows when I'm the busiest over here, and that's always when he comes over because he just doesn't actually want to. You know what he said to me when we got divorced?
What's
He
that?
told me that I wasn't wifely enough.
Ugh,
So
gross.
I kind of, I hate to say it, but kind of built my life around being as anti-wifely as possible and just fuck his whole scene up. And I really want to make sure he never has another wife because he sucks as a husband.
Trust me, honey, he's doing fine on his own in regards of not getting another wife.
Oh, well, that's great because I would hate to see that happen to another woman.
Yeah, I don't blame you one bit. Listen. Maybe lay off him a little, though.
She kind of gives you like a suspicious look.
Are you
No,
trying
trust
to
me.
court him?
No, good grief and gravy, absolutely not. Oh my god.
She starts busting up too. She's like, oh,
Okay.
Agatha,
Ooh.
you could take that comedy act on the road if you wanted to. That was great. No, I don't like seeing people hurt. That's all.
That's very kind of you.
Poor motherfucker needs to sleep.
Yeah.
She gets a little distracted by people. Let's. Meanwhile, while she's taking a second to contemplate what you said as she hands out more stuff, Matthias, are you talking to Clay about anything in particular?
No,
Okay.
just letting him go.
Yeah. So he walks to where you pointed, to the other side of this this town center. That's like kind of a big, circular stone path around a fountain that has outlets that go out into the water. So he goes as far as he can until you get to one of those outlets that go into like the river that leads outside of the town center, and he literally did a straight line from where you pointed.
Mhm.
So he did not make it to the footpath that goes over the water. He just makes it to the edge of the water because that's where you pointed. And then he turns around, looks at you, and just goes,
My hammer is not here.
No, it doesn't seem to be after all, does it? Can I ask you a question though?
Okay.
How did you end up here doing this? Doesn't seem... I haven't met a lot of salamander blacksmiths.
Well, I was down in the mud.
and he kind of points downriver. There's some sort of swampy areas when you get a little bit outside of the immediate town center area, and that's kind of where he's pointing.
I was in the mud. And then I was bored.
Understandable. I've done many a ridiculous thing because of boredom.
I came here, and everybody wants things just to live. It's confusing. I didn't have to have things in the mud, but I did like to make things. But then I had too many things that I had made, so I wanted to give them to other people. And then they give me things back. I don't understand.
Yeah, there's a whole commerce thing going on there. Did you also happen to
Marxist
know
lizards. We have a Marxist lizard, ladies and gentlemen. It's true. It's happening.
Did you also happen to know that included rooms for lizards and their little pools of water to stay in at night?
Why would it cost things just to live?
I mean, I really hate to suddenly have to be the one in defense of capitalism, but
You have to do this. You have to roleplay this now.
somebody had to build the place, and somebody has to pay the gas for the light fixtures, and somebody has to keep the roof mended to keep the rain out, and there's all sorts of expenses that add up when you're not just living in the mud.
Ah, that sounds like a bad puzzle.
It can be.
I don't like those.
I can understand that.
Somebody tried to show me a game once. I did not like it.
Fair enough.
Rules are weird. I would like to live in my bucket and see my anvil and have my hammer. But I guess if I need to give more things to the innkeeper, I can try.
We'll sort of work that one out. You'll probably have to give something to someone. It may not be that exact innkeeper in that exact inn, but...
He nods, and he's just going to start walking straight back to the pine bar.
Let's look that way for a little bit, though. And I just point in another direction.
Okay. So we will go back to Friday. You're continuing your conversation with Hagatha. She gets back over to you once there's a lull in the demand.
So, you said this hammer was stolen?
Yep. And the rightful owner is outside. He hired me. Well, hired, quote unquote, asked me to help him. And, you know, he's not all there, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's an innocent, and he doesn't really quite understand how the world works.
Oh, did that big old hammer belong to, like, a little kid or something?
It belonged to a little salamander.
Oh, I love those folks. They're so cute.
They are awfully cute, and, like I said, innocent.
I gotta be honest, I didn't really have much use for a hammer. I mean, I kind of thought for a second of, like, using it as, like, a cartoonish prop to bonk people who don't pay their tabs on the head. Yeah, it's a fun idea, but I got better methods of getting money from my patrons.
I mean, all you have to do is get a bunch of gold coins and stick them in a sock, and that'll do the job much better than a hammer.
Right, you get it. You understand.
I get it. I used to be in the city guard. Believe me, I get it.
And she does this big smile at you, and you notice that she has, like, sharpened teeth, which you don't usually or have ever seen on a dwarf.
Yep.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't have it anymore.
Did you sell it?
I did. I sold it for not a lot because... So I sold it to this really cute lady. She thought it was cool when she saw it hanging over the bar. And she definitely wasn't local. Otherwise, I'd be hitting her up right now. She could have been part of the cruise boat people. She might have left.
I was just about to say the cruise ship that just rolled into town, right?
And honestly, I don't really know. I was super tongue-tied, to be honest. I didn't ask too many questions.
Well, okay. Thank you for your help, Agatha. And like I said, maybe ease off on your ex a little bit and let him get some sleep.
I'll think about it.
Oh, that's all I ask. That's all I ask.
You don't know the sleep that I lost over him, so maybe once
Fair.
I feel like it's paid back, I'll start to think about it.
Fair enough.
She gives you a little nod. This place is packed. You got, like, several other people pretty close to you around the bar, and one of them gives you a little nudge.
Hey, sorry that I was listening in on you, but if you're gonna go look for that person that she's talking about, I don't know, she seemed kind of rough. I would be careful.
Can you give me a description?
Well,
And Hagatha actually butts back in.
ooh, I could do that. Oh, she was darling halfling. She had a black mohawk. She was cute. Great smile. Dark green eyes that kind of, like, sparkled. Gorgeous. Real cool goth, which she looked hot as hell, actually. She said her moniker of choice was Hard Ashley. Hard Ash for short.
Hard Ash. Cute.
She whisks back off again, spins around, grabs a little pie serving thing, whatever the fuck you call those things. Pie server? I don't know. She starts doling out slices. Yeah, this person who's sitting next to you continues on.
Yeah, she's got a taste. And, I don't
No kidding.
think... I'm not harsh on the person's looks or anything. I'm just saying she seemed rough around the edges. And now she's got a big hammer. It was so weird. It's like this person who looks like she kills, and then Agatha just hands her a big hammer. I don't know about it, but I gotta disagree. I don't think she seemed the type to be one of the pleasure boat people.
Interesting.
But that's just my 2 cents.
And then she just starts going at her beer and giggling with some people next to her.
Okay. Well, thanks for the input. Okay. And so I'm gonna troop back out of the Pine Bar and try to find Matthias and Clay.
Okay.
We're not hard to find. We're doing laps.
Yeah. So yeah, you just kind of see them, like, walking around the fountain.
So you're just out in the town center together now. Reunited at last.
Did you find anything useful, Lovey?
Well, I managed to not piss off the witch, so I'll take that as a win. She also told me that she gave the hammer away.
To a giant hammer collector.
No, strangely enough, to a punk halfling named Hard Ashley.
charming.
That's what I said.
So how do we find Hard Ashley?
And ain't that the million gold question?
It's at least a 5-foot hammer question.
Say, Clay, is there anything else you could maybe snuggle with for the night while we worked this out?
No.
No. Okay.
You hear weird noise. You hear a little like tapping and whirring noise. And in this little town center on the stone path, just kind of like zipping around the fountain from the opposite side of where Matthias and Clay just came from, you see a little figure wearing overalls and hitting a big rolling hoop with a stick. And as they get close to us, it's Boo running around the fountain in the town wearing overalls and hitting a big rolling hoop with a stick.
At
2
early
o'clock in
hours
the
of the
morning.
morning.
Yeah.
He looks like, you know, like when kids get the zoomies?
Yep. Mm-hmm,
He's doing that. He looks like wild-eyed right now.
Oh no, somebody gave him sugar.
You did.
No.
You gave him sugar. You gave him that entire bag full of looted food, pilfered
But
from the ship.
that was a while ago. He
That was-
probably didn't go through all of that
That was
tonight.
That was one day, and he absolutely went through it all in one night. He's playing stick and hoop, Friday. What do you think he's
know.
doing?
Oh
This
my
is not a
gosh.
stick and hoop child.
No, it's
Even
not.
I could tell that.
He runs by. He notices all the comes like to a skidding stop.
Hey, it's you guys.
He stops his hoop and he goes running up to you. He stops like he's about to say something, and then he looks up about a foot above both your heads, and he crinkles his nose up.
You two rolling some manure lately or what?
No, what are you talking about?
And he just points. There's several flies hovering above you.
Matthias?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had that problem before, but I've never seen you have it, Friday.
Did Beelzebub have a devil put aside for me?
I'm very much thinking we brought some friends back from the swamp.
Yeah.
You went out to the swamp?
I can't remember if he knew whether or not you're going to the swamp. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You guys went out to the swamp? You didn't ask me to go? I've been wanting to go out there forever.
Matthias just points to the flies like,
Yeah, those don't bother me. I just don't usually see them on people dressed up as fancy as you.
And then he's actually going to notice Clay and gets real fucking excited.
Oh, it's you! Oh, when are you gonna be working again?
And Clay just like sadly nods or not nods. What's the opposite? Shakes his
Shakes?
head.
Shakes his head.
Sadly shakes his head.
I cannot work the metals without my hammer. We must quest now to find Hard Ashley and get my hammer.
Oh, so you don't understand capitalism, but you understand questing. Gotcha.
I heard this concept from somebody I made a sword for once. That's what we're doing, right?
That is what we're doing.
And Boo does this like thumbs down.
Oh man, I love seeing this guy set shit on fire and touching it with his bare hands. It's so rad. I wish I could do it. It would be so cool if I could do it.
Don't you dare.
And like,
Don't
when, like,
you
the
ever
stuff
dare,
is, like,
little
it gets
boy.
so
Don't you dare.
hot that it's like glowing orange and so good. The sparks fly up from it. Like,
Boo.
he doesn't care at all. He's the most badass guy
Boo.
I've ever seen in my life. He's so cool. Who took this guy's hammer? What fool took this guy's hammer? I'll fuck him up.
He starts punching his palm.
I love this image of this kid. I'll fuck him up.
I'll get him. I'll get that hammer back.
You ever heard of a halfling named Bad Ashley?
Hard.
Hard Ashley. Hard Ash. Shit. God damn it.
Yeah,
Hard Ash, Bad Ash. It's the same thing.
I'm pretty bad with people's names. I don't know. What,
So am I,
what'd she look like?
clearly.
What'd she look like?
According to the description I was given, a halfling with a black mohawk, kind of rough looking, wearing overalls.
I don't think I said she was wearing overalls.
Oh, I thought
She
you
wears
did.
overalls.
I just made that up then. Okay, never mind. In my mind, this little punk halfling wears overalls. That's just how it looks in my head.
Boo's wearing overalls. Okay, she could be wearing like leather overalls. Like punked out leather overalls.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, man. And Boo actually nods really enthusiastically.
Yeah, the person with that wasn't much taller than me, with the really cool hair. I want to do my hair like that someday.
I don't think it's tall enough yet, though. And he starts like
Yeah,
kind of spiking
okay.
up his hair on top of his head.
Wait, so you know this person?
I just saw her going by.
Where?
She was going to that real bad place in Flustra.
Oh, no.
You know oh god, what is it? What is it called? The inn that's like the rough inn. The how could I forget it? It's one of my favorite names of the inns here. The head caved in.
The head caved in.
Yeah, the one where like all the mercenaries go and stuff.
Hey, Boo.
Hmm?
I got a job for you.
Okay.
Do me a favor and stick with Clay. Maybe he'll show you how to do some cool fire stuff, even without his hammer. And keep him away from the head caved in.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, are you two going there?
No, of course not. No.
That's what you're doing, right? You're trying to find his hammer, so you're going there.
No, Boo. I would never go to a place like that.
I'm not trying to tag along. I will hang out with Clay all day. That's cool. But you know you're gonna get eaten alive in that place, right? Especially this guy.
He's gonna point to Matthias.
You're gonna get so roasted if you walk in there with those fancy boy clothes. They'll probably make you cry.
I don't know why that tickled me so badly. That's great.
You know, I could help you with like getting a better look on, make you seem like you fit in there more.
What do you say, Matthias? You up for a little rough?
I'm very alarmed at what that might be. I'm thinking that I have disguised self, but I'm also sensing the longing for what is the word? Fuck.
A montage.
I know the word montage. What's the other word? The like
A makeover montage.
a makeover montage.
I've seen people in there before. They won't ever let me try any beer.
And he kicks the ground, puts his hands in his pockets.
But they like me there, and I know what people who go in there look like.
Well,
I'm going to regret this, aren't I?
absolutely 100%.
How exactly did I get rolled up into this?
Well, we were going to go to your place tonight, but this little lizard man with his big, beady, beautiful eyes fluttered them at us, and suddenly here we are.
My eyes are beautiful.
Yes, Clay, they're lovely.
Thank you. Just like my hammer.
He looks emotional again.
So you don't understand value, but you do understand beauty. I'm starting to wonder what they taught you down there in the mud.
Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna do a quick montage. So like Boo's gonna help you with things. We see him helping you with stuff, nodding yes or no, different looks. Where do you go to do this? It doesn't matter. Just fucking wherever. You could be using your disguise self stuff. Just following his advice. Give me a general look you go with, or you could just say a couple of items, or just like your vibe that you're going with.
Leather daddy, leather daddy, leather daddy, leather daddy.
Like I say, yeah, like it could either be, you know, a mercenary type look. It could be just a regular rough about down kind of dirty boy.
Would you say it's a genuine wrestle boy?
Yeah, it's definitely people.
It's a dirty old boy.
A boy you can't knock over the bucket of water. Some stout boys in there.
Matthias is going to go with a merchant marine kind of a look.
Okay.
Interesting.
He looks like he just rolled off of a boat for 4 months.
Yeah. So some loose baggy clothes, top unlaced, kind of flowy.
There's a whole
look,
lot of drow on display with this one.
there are, because he always with the very open shirt.
Yeah, that's totally what I'm imagining. All
And
right.
a big dark sort of rain slicker overcoat deal and big
Hell
hard working boots.
And meanwhile, Friday's just kind of like giving him a little side eye because she fancies a bit of rough.
All right. That's part of that's in the montage. Just one quick cut of Friday giving a look once Boo has proved this outfit. Friday's like, yeah. And what does Friday look like?
Basically the same as she always does, only now she's put on her really long black trench coat on top of her usual clothes.
Okay.
She's, she's a detective, and it's a thing. She has to keep the vibe.
Yeah. Okay, so at the end of this montage, we see Boo rubbing his little chin, looking kind of unsure. Then he's got like a little light bulb go off, and we're gonna cut to you outside where you just follow Boo into an alleyway without him telling you what's going on, and then he's just gonna like straight dive up into a garbage bin in front of you, pops back out with his fist closed, and he's gonna hurl these fistfuls of black sludge at you, and then give you thumbs up. Now you look perfect.
Great. Thanks, Boo. That was a treasure.
And then he's gonna just like hook an arm through Clay's and give you a little wave with his dirty hand, and they're gonna go off and do their own thing, have their own big adventure while you go to the head caved in.
Oh, golly.
I blame Smooth entirely.
As well you should.
That's who I'm laying this on the feet of.
I agree entirely.
On Smooth? You blame this on Smooth?
Yes. Because if I hadn't been playing cards with Smooth, then I wouldn't have ended up going and meeting them and going to the swamp and the burning ship and the terrible sinking tower of teenagers and all the horrors that have come after, including this. Dirt thrown right on my person.
Matthias, if you want to go, you can go. I mean, you don't have to stay and help.
Those big beady eyes just haunt me. If I try to go home now, I might as well ride this one out, I suppose.
This is what we get for saying yes.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, there it is again. Careful.
Is a troublesome word. Have I deposhed my accent enough, do you think?
Not really.
It's the best I've got.
Well, maybe we can pass you off as a charming, well-educated, fallen on hard times kind of merchant marine.
Not that far off. Never been to sea, but yes, otherwise, that's... Oh, the fallen on hard times. Yes, no, I don't do that anymore, huh?
I was going to say, I'm like, honey. All right, let's get this show on the road.
Okay. You approach the head caved in. It's the bottom floor of this place basically is a bar with the rooms up above it, similar to the Vera that we know, except like you can see from the outside that there's the little catwalk that goes around the upper floor of the building, and that's where the rooms are, but the doors are facing outside, Motel 6 style. But yeah, you have to go into the bottom floor through the bar to be able to get up to the upstairs area. And you can hear from outside how rowdy it is in here. There is accordion music going and people singing.
Yeah, because when I think rowdy, I think accordion music.
Yep. Someone's playing an accordion. People are yelling sloppy drunk lyrics to whatever the song is, clanking glass together, and it's just a time in there. You open up the door, and what you see is a shit ton of people, just all different levels of roughness and rowdiness in here, all really, really into everything that's going on. The bartender is like not behind the bar polishing glasses. Bartender is he's standing up on top of the bar and he's dancing, and there's a handful of people who are throwing coins at him and shit, and he's turning around and shaking his butt at them, and they're all laughing and having a good time.
Wow. Dang. Usually they tell the bartenders not to partake.
Yeah, you're able to just head on in. You get a few looks, but most of the people are just kind of like noticing you. You get a couple of people who do a little nod to you and raise a glass and stuff. Both of you do just straight charismas again. Let's see how you hold yourself when you come in here.
That's a 12.
I'm scared.
you roll a 1 and you just get mobbed.
Okay, this is 17.
17. Okay. Yeah. So it's fine. It's fine. Like you get general recognition from a few people, almost sort of, invitation if you want. People kind of pointing out where the empty chairs are and stuff, and nobody seems to take too much notice of you as you make your way in here.
Let's find an empty table. gather our thoughts.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll find an empty spot. A lot of people are like standing around. There's people who are just have like a little mosh pit going next to the dude playing accordion. And
A mosh pit with an accordion?
Yep, I said it.
That is a visual that will forever stay with me.
Yeah, and the bartender's doing like this. He's got these like heavy boots on, so he's doing this like stomping sort of dance on the bar, like to the rhythm of the accordion song, and everybody's singing. So you're gonna have to talk loud to talk to each other in here.
I think basically we both know who we're looking for. Like, I've heard the description, so that's the main thing that we're trying to nonchalantly do.
Yeah, for sure. Are you having any sort of discussion first, or are you literally just like sitting it out and looking around?
I mean, it's real loud. We're just looking around.
Yeah. Okay, and I will just give that to you, that you see a lot of different types of people in here. You're not seeing any halflings with mohawks. It is possible they could be like lost to the mosh pit or something, but you're not seeing anybody.
Well, I don't think Boo would steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hang out in here and just keep looking around. At least for a little bit longer.
All right, so I'm going to kind of lean in so I don't have to yell or anything. I think it's going to take a little more investigation.
Yeah, maybe the back room upstairs, or...
Dibs on not the mosh pit.
Fair enough.
Right, so I'm just going to start wandering towards the back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start edging my way around the mosh pit.
You edge the mosh pit, and the guy says to the back. There's not much going on towards the back. There's a staircase, and there's a little utility closet.
I'm gonna go upstairs, I suppose.
Okay. Friday, are you following?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're going to head up these stairs. At the top of the stairs, there is a door that just takes you outside and onto the rickety platform that goes around the building past all the room doors. And you're going to get out on that. And straight around the corner where the room doors start, you see somebody in ratty black leather leaning against a door and just like smoking a fat cigar. She pretty much immediately notices you, but doesn't move. She just stares and lifts up the cigar to take another smoke of it. And as she's taking a huge drag of this fat cigar, you can see the top of her hand, and she just has the word hate tattooed on top of her hand in like huge bold letters. She does not have a mohawk. She's got like a side shave.
She sounds cool.
After a very long inhale, she lets out like a vape cloud's worth of smoke from the cigar and just keeps looking at you.
Just passing through, don't mind us.
She does a little nod. Just keeps smoking on her cigar as she leans against this door.
All right. Well, at this point, I'm following Friday.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so I'm gonna. So it's just a balcony. There's nothing else. There's no like corridor down to other places. It's just this balcony.
Yep, it's just like a catwalk that goes around the top of the building to the doors of the rooms.
Okay, then we're gonna head toward the doors.
Cool. So you're going over to her?
Like I said, don't mind us. Just passing through.
Yeah. You walk by, you walk back over.
You two look like you're looking for something.
Yeah, it's kind of a long story.
You trying to buy something, hire somebody?
Buy something.
Okay.
But my usual hookup wasn't in downstairs, so I thought maybe they were up here.
She gives you like a huge look up and down, both of you. Then she throws down this nub of the cigar and puts it out with her boot.
Yeah, okay, what are you looking for?
Hardware.
Hardware.
You know, hardware. And she's like waggling her eyebrows.
I can't exactly tell if you're asking for like an illegal type of sword or sex.
I mean, ¿por qué no los dos?
I'm just kind of here like partying with some friends before we go out on a job, so
Fair enough. And I'm just here looking to buy some hardware, so you enjoy your party and we'll good luck on your job.
okay.
Gonna be around a bit though, so if you're looking for anything like fun, let me know.
Well, I mean, I'm looking for something that'll, fit my stature, if you know what I'm saying.
I really don't get what you're saying, actually. I'm really confused by you. Because
You really are coming across as trying to
Yeah, I know.
make a hookup.
That's I know, and she doesn't
Pretty
realize
good.
that, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, work with me here. Yes, and
I know, and I'm really struggling here because you basically told Matthias that his accent is not good to flaunt here, so he's trying to be quiet and let you do the negotiating, and he's starting to think that was a poor choice.
are you looking for just like a real strong boy or something, like just a
no,
burly guy?
I literally mean like I'm looking for a hammer that will fit my giant hands, and nobody seems to make them right these days.
Man, okay. I thought we were having like a deeper conversation than that. I don't know. Like I don't know why you go to a blacksmith or something. I don't really deal with hammers because they're not really like the kind of goods
That's
that
what I'm saying.
are.
Is my usual hookup wasn't up here, so
I've never heard somebody say the word hookup for a hammer. They're not illegal, dude.
the ones that I want are. Okay, I'm over it.
Like, no. Okay, now I'm interested because I haven't heard of illegal hammers. I've heard of like some illegal swords and knives and stuff like that, but like illegal hammer sounds fun. I'm kind of like a traveler though. They're a little bit
That's
too
my
like.
band's name, Illegal Hammers.
I usually deal with like lighter stuff because I'm traveling a lot though. Hammer is like not a really great.
Oh, I mean, one of my friends just got one. I don't know if she's gonna like part with it though.
I mean, I don't necessarily need her to part with it. She could just tell me where she got it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you both cool?
Yeah. I'm cool. Are you cool?
Yeah, cool.
Matthias is full on playing God, which one? It's Teller is the silent one, right?
Yes.
Matthias is totally playing Teller over here. And he's just like does hands like Obviously.
Yeah, she gives you a hard look and she's like, hey, you look cool. She winks. And she kind of like turns around and goes to open up the door behind her. If you want to just like join the party, you can just ask Ash yourself.
Yeah, that's really nice of you. Thank you.
So she's going to open up the door.
And as soon as she turns around, Matthias gives Friday a look like, what the fuck is your problem?
And she just kind of like spreads her hand like, I panicked, okay?
She swings open the door and it's chaos in here. There's a couple of small like wooden bed frames lead up against the walls and the mattresses are on the floor. There's like food and flagons all set on the floor in between the two mattresses, and sitting on the mattresses facing each other with the food and the flagons between them. Some people just flopped on top of each other. There's like around 10 people in here all laughing and talking and drinking. They do go silent when this person goes in with two strangers, and you do immediately see a halfling with a black mohawk. She especially stands out from this crowd because she's the only one standing up. She has a big hammer in her hands, and she looks like she may have been preparing a swing. There is just a large pumpkin on the floor in front of her.
Okay.
Well, we found the hammer.
And somebody from one of the mattresses looks up and like,
Hey, we got more party people. Got tired of the scene downstairs, I guess, huh?
it's getting a little bit too much down there.
Yeah, the mosh pit and the accordion playing was...
When you mention the accordion, there's 3 other people who groan, and they say in unison while laughing as if this has been like an in-joke all night, just, I hate the accordion! And then they cheer.
Get a better instrument in your bar. Woo!
And it's just like a couple of people falling over on the mattress laughing over each other. Ash just kind of slowly let the hammer down a little bit and just kind of like gives you a nod, acknowledging that there's new people in here. Then she's going to swing it back up and she's going to smash open this pumpkin. And it like splatters over a bunch of people on the mattresses and they all are like, yeah! It's got one guy's just like shoving some into his mouth.
That's a hell of a hammer you got there.
She looks up and like wipes some pumpkin seeds off of her face. I've been smashing so many vegetables with this thing. It's so fun.
It's got real good heft to it, you know?
She does this little like standing up and down thing, and then she's kind of like holding it where her crotch is.
Just feels good.
like as if it was a dick.
Yeah,
is what I'm
I
saying.
got that part. I got that
We
part.
caught right on.
And while you're standing there, one person on the mattress has stayed quiet since you stepped in. The door behind you is still open, and this dragonborn lady is giving you a look. She's wearing this big, flowy white tunic tucked into some cool, patchy leather pants with a bunch of fucking like belts and pockets and shit. She looks cool as hell. She's got a wallet chain. She gets up, walks straight towards the two of you. The person who let you in has gone back, flopped down on the mattress, and joined this group and is drinking a drink. And they're all talking, and this dragonborn lady ushers you aside and gives you a real serious look. So, no, that's not what I want her voice to be. What do I want her voice to be? I've done too many fucking voices, and they all blur together, and I'm never going to remember them.
Yeah, no. I completely understand that one. That's a thing that we've never mentioned about this place, that people's accents come and go sometimes.
Yeah, it's real.
And their
It's just
voices change. It's just weird.
the natural order of this world.
It's just one of those things.
The balance, the chemicals in the air are constantly in flux for some reason, and it just does things to people's voices.
So, hey, did you meet someone real fucking weird recently?
Well, now that you mention it, and she kind of looks over at Matthias.
Me?
I mean, like, both of you. You both.
No, that's like Matthias, when she says that and looks over at me, like he looks back at her and he just goes, me? Rude.
I mean, aside from that accent, you seem pretty normal. But I mean, like, real fucking weird.
Yeah, plenty.
Oh, yeah.
specific kind of weird you're looking for?
Yeah, like scary weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gives you both a real serious look in the eyes.
Can you tell me anything about him?
Kind of scary and weird.
I mean, I don't really. Why are you asking?
Well, the way you're acting, I'm just gonna assume that's a yes. So here's the deal. Me and two of my friends here have been looking for him for a long time. And now you're gonna have to too.
Have to?
Yeah.
Why have to?
Her attention is drawn suddenly to about a foot to the left of you, and you notice also the buzzing of a large fly. She snaps out a hand and grabs it in midair, and then withdraws her hand and kind of just this dead fly onto the floor.
Because now that you've run into him, he's not gonna leave you the fuck alone.
And we're gonna end there.
All right, cool. Well,
Good times.